Hey Aquarius, hey Aquarius. This is me, and I'm here with a reading for 2022, a peek. It's just a peek. And as I tell everyone, these are general readings. You should look at your sun, moon, and rising as well. And for private readings, contact me. Go through my website, www.christellemartinette.com. On the services page, you'll find readings of all different kinds. Now, the way I do this, you can go to my playlist here on YouTube and find that every year I put them out in December. And I use this deck, the Lenormand card deck. It's an oracle card deck. And I created a mini grand tableau to use for this specific purpose because I like the way they talk to me, and I like the way I can cover different trimesters, 3-month periods. So I work with first January, February, March, then April, May, June, then July, August, September, and then October, November, December. So what do we have here for you? Let's start. Look, the beginning of the year, there will be, Aquarius, a lot of talk about love, or a lot of talk about partnerships of all kinds. It could be a partnership in love. It could be a partnership in crime, meaning friends want you to go on an adventure, on a safari with you, with them. They want you to go with them. And that is something I called partner in crime. You become their an accomplice on doing something that's extravagant, or pairing up for a business initiative. But in any case, there's a lot of talk around that. A lot of talk about love and what your love is all about. A lot of talk about pairing up for a business venture. So it is some form of partnership that is being talked about the entire month of January, spilling into February. And when that talk becomes mature, when it becomes ripe, then you are able to make a decision. So the first 3 months are all about discussing partnerships, coming to an idea of what you want from the partnership, and then making the decision. The second trimester, April, May, and June, there's written communication. Written communication is being sent to you for a very important, even crucial reason, and you will find that out when it occurs in April and part of May. It will be different for everyone. Remember, these are general readings. And it could concern a family member, it could concern a friend, it could concern someone that you know, but it is a communication. Remember, it has to do with written communication. Either you will read it or it will be sent directly to you. A person that was very dear to you. It will concern a person that was very dear to you. Either they were a romantic partner, a very dear family member, or a very dear friend. So that is the second trimester, April, May, and June. The third, July, August, and September, we have at the top of your list matters of health that concern you more than anything else, because you feel that it's time, Aquarius, to go back to basics, getting back to what is important to you, getting back to how you want to do things, how you are used to doing things, your routines. If you used to run all the time, you're going to go back to that instead of going to the gym. You're going to put on those sneakers, those running shoes, and get up and go. So this is a health trimester. There's emphasis on your health and doing what you like and feel is best for you. Why do you focus on this? Because it gives you a sense of security, because it gives you the after everything that has happened in the first 6 months, here you think, let me go back to basics, because this at least I'm used to, this I have experience with, it will make me feel comfortable again. And that sense and sensation of comfort and ease and feeling at home is what you're going to be grappling with this trimester, July, August, and September, because you're trying to find your way again. You were a bit disoriented in the last trimester, and you need to find your way. Just like Little Red Riding Hood, you need to find your way home, Aquarius. Now, the fourth trimester, October, November, December, by far is the most beautiful. So you'll be having to wait a bit for that. It starts in October, goes to the end to December. It starts out literally with a very lucky period. Things just seem to go your way. Things seem to go your way in the way that you wanted. Feeling at home, feeling comfortable, getting more self-confidence. And you may even think it's time to take a trip. Many of you will be thinking, Aquarius, that, okay, maybe I can spare some money and go to even go on a brief trip. But you do think about it, and many of you may even take that trip during that period. Others will be planning for it. All in all, the last trimester is going to make you feel like, here I am, I can start my life again. A new beginning has begun. And it's interesting because that new beginning that will begin is something that you feel is played out in the public. How? You want to tell people, you want to tell others how you feel. You want to make sure that they know that you're up to par. You want to spread the good news around about you. So then what inevitably happens, and this is why the trimester is so good, it returns to you. It's interesting, this notion. Now I'm going to take a look at each individual house. Every position of these cards has a meaning. So the year begins with, as I said, a lot of talk. And in the area of endings and beginnings will also have a lot of talk when something ends and something begins. So this could mean anything because it's a general reading. It could mean a renewal of a contract, a close of a contract, moving home. It could be a birth-death cycle. It could be a new job, quitting your job, getting a new offer. Could mean many things. Again, these are general readings. Surprises. The House of Surprises, Aquarius, comes in the form of written communication. Things that will surprise you are written to you. So look out for those written communications, emails generally, or even text messages. Then the endings for you in the year 2022 will have a meaning linked to health, in the sense that something ends when health falters. And of course, this is logical. When someone's health breaks down, they have low defense mechanism. But for you, it's very precise. So, and for you, it means much more. And this is why in the third trimester, you focus on that. You focus on your health. Oral communication. Oral communication is where your luck begins. Every time you need a sensation of luck, when you need to feel lucky, or when you feel lucky, start talking. Start talking, use oral communication in order to get your point across, and people will understand you more clearly. Then the area that concerns your work and livelihood, Aquarius. Here is where either you meet someone on the job and fall in love, or you pair up with someone in a partnership for work or you suggest a partnership to someone concerning work. So one of these three can be pertain to you, perhaps. And the sense of security. The sense of security here is what destabilizes you most. You are almost putting in too much money in the bank, too much money in stocks and bonds, too much because you want to buttress your sense of security. And you go overboard, almost to a fault. I mean, this is something that you need to watch, and because you know how we put our messages out to the universe. When you keep complaining about how little money you have, that is what is repeated to you less and less. Now, what happens when you seek guidance in 2022? In 2022, your sense of guidance comes from feeling the sense of home. When you feel that you can return home, to a metaphorical home, to a place you can call your home, to a place that is like home. That's where your guidance comes from. You know that when you're in a place that you call home or that you sense as home, then you can make decisions more readily because they will come out better. And the house of home is what makes you fly in the true sense of the word. It makes things flow, your decisions flow, your thoughts flow, your creative element flows. And there's nothing better than having your creativity flow, because one thing then leads to another. Think of how you try to get ideas for writing, for example, or try to get ideas for a party, for example. Then we have the house of public life. And the house of public life is quite interesting, Aquarius, for you, because all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, you were building up to it, Aquarius, in 2022. You feel that the time is ripe for you to spend it with others in a public sphere. Go more to parties. Go out and put yourself out there. If you're trying to meet someone, put in a profile and meet them. Meet them in the public, because you are ready for that. The maturity is at your top level. Then there is the area of obstacles, because life has obstacles, Aquarius, and obstacles for you almost don't even exist. It's as if nothing can stop you in 2022. No matter what happens and how serious it is, you always find a solution. And even if the solution is to stop doing that and then start doing something else, but you put a stop to it and then start. So the obstacles really never present themselves as something that will hinder you, but that challenge you. Your decisions, the house of decisions, concern your sense of security. You decide and make decisions that will improve your sense of security. You want a home. The home is too large. Well, to feel like you're saving more, let's downsize. Okay, so this is just an example. Then there is the house of nuisances and problems. And, this is interesting because I have the beginnings here, the card, the child. Nuisances are issues. You remember we just said about obstacles don't exist because you just put an end to them. Here, nuisances and problems are so challenging that they seem fun. You get a flat tire. Oh, let me scour the internet to see where I can get my money's worth. Who is the cheapest on my block, or where can I, what's best to do? Should I change the tire? Should I, repair the tire? Should I buy a new tire and get rid of this? Let's do it right away. So it's extremely challenging, those nuisances for you, Aquarius. Then we have something hidden. Now, this is very on point, because something hidden is a decision. When decisions have to be made, they will be hidden from sight until the very last minute. And then you're able to make them. And remember, they are not obstacles, because you put an end to obstacles, and you are challenged by both obstacles and nuisances. So something hidden always comes in the form of a decision that is to be made. Interesting, Aquarius. Now we have the house of communication, written communication, and there is the heart. So your emotions, you wear your emotions on your sleeve, especially when you write to anyone, family, friends, loved ones. And you prefer the written mode, text or emails, because, and even the old-fashioned cards, and this is the holiday season, you may use online cards for that. But it's your preferred choice when you have to communicate your emotions in 2022, all during the year. Then the house that concerns male influences, and this is by far the greatest challenge of all. They will be difficult for you, dealing with males that surround you in your life, males that in some way are influential to you. You have a tough time dealing with them. Again, remember, this is a general reading. You may want to come in for more precise details. Then we have the female influences, the house of the female influences. And here we have the public. You are able to glean information from females and to have them give you some form of advice or help. In the public sphere, you go out, you reach out toward them, and it's you who go in search of females to help you. Friends, lovers, partners, family. Now, just let me take a look at some of the relations here. We have also written communication that concerns travel. Here, you will be using the written means of communication to find a way to travel, look for the best packages, and that will all be done through written means. New beginnings have a very important meaning for you in 2022. Because there is an end, you feel that the beginnings are so important for you. Now, also, there is matters of partnership here, as I mentioned. But, it's being a general reading, I hate to say it's matters of the heart. It is a romantic. And lo and behold, people who are already partnered, people who have been married for years and years, still harbor in their heart some flame for someone. And this is just human. This is the way humans are. This is normal. And that will come back. That flame will come back in 2022. We also see matters of talk, all right? Being talk, oral communication. We did mention it. I'm underlining it. Will surround ideas about your home. There's also the sense of maturity when you can deal with males who influence your life in 2022, even though they'll give you difficulty. But you do that using your sense of maturity. You have to toss around the ideas and toss around the problems that are being presented to you. But when that feeling is ripe, when you feel ready, then you can deal with them directly. Health, like I said, it's the beginning of a new health life for you. 2022, starting in the third trimester, Aquarius. And we've got here, let's see, the sense of security through love and partnership. We have here, again, the decisions to be made there will be decisions that require you utmost concentration and attention. and bear that in mind for 2022. I do hope this was of help to you, ladies and gentlemen. Aquarius friends, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season and a great 2022. Namaste, and until we read together again. Bye-bye.